The 2026 NBA playoffs have officially eliminated some of the biggest names in basketball. Trade rumors are heating up. Coaching jobs are on the line. And one 41-year-old just played what might be his final game in the NBA. Today I'm ranking the 5 NBA stars whose season is officially over and who has the most on the line this offseason. Let's get into it. At number 5, Anthony Edwards, Minnesota Timberwolves. The Wolves were eliminated by the San Antonio Spurs on Friday night in 6 games. Ant scored 24 points on 9 of 26 shooting in the season-ending loss. The Spurs won 139-109. After the game, Edwards said, quote, "I just tip my hat to them. They were just the better team." This was supposed to be the year Minnesota actually broke through. They had made the conference finals the past 2 seasons in a row. Edwards was being talked about as the next face of the NBA after his MVP-caliber regular season. Instead, Ant was compromised the entire postseason. He hyperextended his left knee in Game 4 of the first round against Denver. He missed time, came back limited, and never looked fully himself. If you're enjoying the breakdown, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. His final playoff numbers were career lows across the board. 21.3 points per game, 44% shooting from the field, 32% from 3 career low averages in his most important postseason yet. The Wolves now face a difficult offseason. Donte DiVincenzo tore his Achilles in the first round and will likely miss most of next season. Rudy Gobert is aging on a max deal. Julius Randle is on an expiring contract. Ant is not in trouble. But this was the year he was supposed to take the next step. He didn't. At number 4, Kevin Durant, Houston Rockets. The Rockets were eliminated in the first round by the Los Angeles Lakers, without Luka Doncic, without Austin Reeves for most of the series, with a 41-year-old LeBron James as the Lakers' best player. Durant played 1 game in that entire series. He came back from a knee bruise in Game 2 and posted a career playoff high 9 turnovers. He sat out Game 3 with an ankle sprain. The Rockets lost in 6. KD is now 37 years old. The Rockets gave up Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, and a war chest of picks to acquire him last summer. The plan was to win immediately. What they got was a first-round exit and a locker room that may have permanently fractured. The burner account scandal from earlier this season, where Durant was linked to social media accounts criticizing teammates Jabari Smith Jr. and Alperen Sengun, hasn't gone away. Multiple league sources have reported that Durant trade discussions are likely this offseason. A first-ballot Hall of Famer with 2 championships might be on the move again. And nobody is sure what team would actually take that contract on at age 37. At number 3, Jayson Tatum, Boston Celtics. Tatum's Celtics blew the most historic choke in NBA playoff history. Boston was 32-0 all-time when up 3-1 in a series, the most wins without a loss any team in the NBA had ever had. They lost 3 straight elimination games to the 76ers and got bounced in the first round. Tatum played the first 6 games of that series, averaging 23.3 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 6.8 assists per game. Then he missed Game 7 with knee stiffness. This was Tatum's return season from tearing his Achilles in the 2025 playoffs. He had only come back to the lineup in early March. By the time the playoffs hit, he had played just 22 regular season games on the comeback. Which of these stars has the most on the line this offseason? Drop it in the comments. I want to see the disagreement. The Celtics now enter an offseason with massive questions. Jaylen Brown's future, the aging core, the financial restrictions, the first time blowing a 3-1 lead in franchise history. Tatum is only 28 years old, and he's already been to an NBA Finals. But this might be the offseason that forces Boston to actually consider whether the core around him needs to change. At number 2, Joel Embiid, Philadelphia 76ers. Embiid's 2026 run was both the most heroic and the most heartbreaking story of the postseason. He had emergency appendectomy surgery on April 9th. 17 days later, he returned to the lineup for Game 4 against the Celtics, with the Sixers down 3-1. He then scored 33 in Game 5, 29 in Game 6, and 34 in Game 7 to complete the historic series win. Then he ran out of body. Round 2 against the Knicks was a sweep. Game 1 was a 39-point loss. Game 4 was a 30-point loss. Embiid's numbers fell off as the games went on. He didn't have anything left. This is now the 10th year Embiid has been in the NBA. He has made it past the second round of the playoffs exactly 0 times. He's 32 years old. Knee surgeries, foot surgeries, Bell's palsy, illness, and appendectomy. Every postseason has a chapter about whether his body can hold up, and every postseason ends earlier than it should. The Sixers paid Paul George a max contract 2 off-seasons ago. They extended Embiid through 2028. They are financially committed to this core, but the body of the franchise centerpiece keeps breaking down at the worst possible time, and there's no clear answer for how that changes going forward. And at number 1, LeBron James, Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers were eliminated by the Thunder in 4 games last Monday night. Game 4 was the most competitive game of the series. LeBron finished with 24 points and 14 rebounds. With the season on the line, he missed a driving bank shot with 20 seconds left that would have put the Lakers ahead. That might have been his final shot in an NBA game. LeBron is 41 years old. This was his 23rd NBA season. He has played 1,651 games in his career, counting playoffs. He scored more points than anyone who has ever lived. And he has not announced what comes next. After the loss, he didn't commit either way. The Lakers front office isn't pushing him. He has a player option for next season, and multiple reports out of LA have him weighing his options and considering retirement. For 23 years, LeBron James has been the central character of the NBA. He's been to 10 finals, won 4 championships, won 4 MVPs, won 4 finals MVPs. He drafted his son onto his own team. He's been selected to 21 All-Star teams. He's the only player in NBA history with 40,000 career points. If Game 4 against the Thunder was the end, it was a real ending. The Lakers came back from 20 points down to actually take a 1-point lead with 40 seconds left. He gave them every chance, he just couldn't finish it. Whether or not he comes back, this season ended with LeBron James missing the shot. And that doesn't get to be undone. 5 stars. 5 different ways their season just ended. Some of them will be back next year. Some of them are looking at the offseason as a turning point. And one of them might never play another NBA game again. If you want more breakdowns as the playoffs continue, subscribe to Rim Logic. New videos every Monday and Friday. Appreciate you watching. I'll catch you next time.